Hello everyone, welcome to JMac Investing. My name is Jason. Thanks for tuning in to another 8-minute SPAC review. We're going to trim it down in a format where I give you the bullet points that matter. Let's get into it. Let's check out Ouster Lidar Company, which is coming public via Collindale Acquisition Corporation. The ticker symbol that it's currently being traded under is CLA. Okay, jumping in here. Here is Ouster's website. I did want to point a couple things out. One thing, if you look at along the top here, it says that Ouster plans to combine with Collindale Acquisition Corp. Find out more at a virtual investor day on February 22nd. So they've also already announced the merger vote date, which is going to be March 9th. So tomorrow, today is February 21st, a Sunday. Tomorrow on February 22nd, they're going to have a investor day, which could be some announcements, but I'm not exactly sure. I know I'm gonna tune into it. I may link it down in the video description below. I'm a little upset at myself for not doing a deep dive into this one and to the entire LiDAR space a little bit sooner, because we did see Luminar, and I put that in the thumbnail. We saw Luminar really run, and we saw Velodyne kind of struggle. Luminar has some crazy tech. So, like, I'm not comparing Ouster to Luminar as far as tech. Luminar really is, I think, going to lead the automobile space. So the LiDAR space is getting a little bit crowded, but most of them are focusing on the automobile space. Ouster, their presence in the auto space is very small. It's going to be very limited. And you can see right here on their website, the main thing you're going to want to learn about Ouster is they're very diversified in the LiDAR market, and they have what is called digital LiDAR. Most of your other LiDAR companies have analog LiDAR solutions. We'll dive into some of what that means here in a little bit. Also, you can see on their website that they have partnerships with NVIDIA, Plus, Postmates, and the U.S. Army. That being said, let's jump into and look at the valuation, the transaction, and then jump into what this means, digital LiDAR. You have $280 million of cash on the Ouster's balance sheet, and they're coming in when it was $10 with a equity value of $1.9 billion, including all the cash. Here's the timeline. You can see Ouster invented digital LiDAR in 2015, and since then have been iterating and improving upon that digital LiDAR technology. Since then, really tearing it up as far as sales and partnerships. You can see all the partnerships here. Very diversified, no doubt. This slide does a good job of showing you the diversity of Ouster's portfolio. They are focusing on all of these potential industries, not just one. Whereas, like I said, Luminar is going to be probably the big lead dog in the automotive. Well, that's fine. Ouster might wind up being the big dog in smart infrastructure or industrial. Don't get it twisted and think that just because Luminar's got automotive on lock, that all the other LiDARs are out of play. Not ones that are also focusing on the other industries like Ouster here. So they have the patents on the digital LiDAR technology, and they've created 4 digital LiDAR products since 2018. And they also have patented solid-state technology that's capable of meeting auto and non-auto requirements. So a quick just kind of summary, I think, of what the breakthrough with digital does over analog is that with the analog LiDAR products, you had hundreds of duplicate parts, hundreds of receivers, and hundreds of lasers. With the digital, it replaces hundreds of analog detector components with one single chip. So this article right here kind of breaks it down. Says Ouster's digital LiDAR architecture gives us fundamental advantages that are winning over customers in every market we serve. Digital CMOS technology is the future of LiDAR, and Ouster was the first to invent, build, patent, and commercialize digital LiDAR. Once our customers experience the resolution and reliability of these sensors at an affordable price, there's no turning back to legacy analog LiDAR, Ouster CEO Angus Pacala said in a statement. Something else very interesting in the same article. It says the strategy has appeared to pay off. Ouster has doubled its customer base since March 2019, according to the company. Today, Ouster says it has 800 customers across 15 markets, including Cone Cranes, Postmates, Ike, May Mobility, Kodiak Robotics, Coast Autonomous, the U.S. Army, NASA, Stanford University, and MIT. If you can get into Stanford and MIT, if you can get them looking at it and buying into your product, doing pretty good. Some of the growth has come, check this out, from sales to Chinese automation companies such as iDrive Plus, Well AI, Hongjing Drive, and QCraft. So even selling into the huge Asian market, which is also trying to utilize a lot of this ADAS and all of this LiDAR technology on and all of the things that they're doing, building smart cities and smart vehicles and smart everything over in China. And they're not importing, they're exporting into China, selling into China. Big deal there. I would also point out that Apple chose to use digital LiDAR as well, not analog, in their iPhones. So when you hear that Apple's using LiDAR, they're using digital LiDAR, like Ouster. And when I say that they're super diversified, their customer base, here, this graphic visualizes that very, very well. Each little bar counts as one of the 450 customers. You can see this is the robotics arm, this is the industrial, this is the smart infrastructure, and this is the automotive. And what we're all really, at the end of the day, what it all boils down to is show me the numbers. And the numbers here do not lie. So they're looking from 2020 to 2025, and this is not a pre-revenue company. They have revenue in 2020 and again and revenue in 2021, and it looks to expand revenue by 143% compound annual growth rate, and sensor sales by 218%. They just announced last week so this says in 2020 they sold 2,000 sensor sales. At the time of creating this slide deck, we're projecting to sell 8,000 units in 2021. They just had a sale for 2,000 units to a customer last week. I think they're going to blow out 2021 possibly. One other thing I just want to point out is their pipe investors are only 5% of the transaction. Shout out here to on Twitter at Tornight-Laghidzi. I don't know how to pronounce it, but you see it right here. He creates these graphics, very, very good. This has all of the players, and just take a peek for yourself. Look at the bars, look at the revenue projections. Ouster in 2025 projects to be double the size of Luminar. Hope you enjoyed the 8-minute SPAC review. If the research that went into this is providing you some value, do me a favor, hit the like button. Also, if you're enjoying the content, subscribe. Also, turn on notification bells. That'll get you notified when new videos come out. Consider joining the Patreon group. I have 1,000 spots, and we're getting fairly close to filling that up. Once that's full, you would have to wait until someone else exited to join the private Discord. So check that out, patreon.com/JMac Investing. Also, consider picking up some free shares from WeBull or Moomoo or M1 Finance down in the video description below. That's all I got till next time, guys. Thanks for watching. Deuces.